Welcome, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday, September 5th, 2024. And you know what that means. We're back, baby. We're officially back. Yes, as much as I like college football, that was the little appetizer the last couple weeks. But we are back. We are back. Football is back tonight. Tonight. You know where it at. Where it's at. Tonight. First game of the season in Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs host the Baltimore Ravens. Um, yes, sir, yes, sir. Uh, all right, so should be a fun matchup. This should be a good matchup. All right, let's just go over the injury reports. Uh, so for the Chiefs, the only person that has been listed out is the one and only Marquise Hollywood Brown. He was hurt. He got hurt in the preseason at some point, and um, he wasn't put on IR because he's not going to be out like crazy time, but he's going to be out a few weeks. He's still on the active roster. Also, a change from the last time we talked, or when I previewed the Chiefs a few days ago. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was put in the NFI list. When I looked last time, he was on the roster. So right now, the only running backs on Kansas City's roster, active roster, are Isaiah Pacheco and Samaje Perine. I'm sure they'll bring up Keontae Ingram maybe from the roster today, or who knows who they'll bring up. Could be Deion Bush, safety. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, um, that's the Chiefs injury report. Just Hollywood Brown's the only one that's out, and then from the last time we talked when we previewed the Chiefs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been put in NFI. Everybody was a full practice. Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, all those guys. So no one messed up anything during practice or anything like that. For the Ravens, obviously, we know the people on IR matter, which is there's not anybody big. On their injury report, the only person that's doubtful is their running back, Rasheen Ali, who's the rookie. He is doubtful, and the only person out is linebacker Adissa Isaac. Both of these guys are rookies. So I think the Ravens will be okay without them. Keaton Mitchell's still on the pup. He was the rookie running back last year who made some splashes. Time to time there. So I think so. Let's just go over the matchup. I think that this is going to be a really tight game, especially being the first game of the season. Obviously, you're going to see a little bit of rust, even though I know the Chiefs played a little bit in one of the games or two of the games. I don't know, or just a series or so. Um, the Ravens didn't really play all, but we know the Ravens, the way they practice and all that. Uh, this is going to be, I think, a little slow, a little rough at first. They fill each other out. The Ravens defense, I think, is going to be fine. Not a lot of changes there for them on that defense. Obviously, they lost uh, the Patrick Queen, but they're going to be fine with Roquan. And then Trenton Simpson, who was rookie last year, Malik Harrison as well. They'll be fine there next to Roquan, the 3-4 that they run. Um, Pass rush, Awe, Ojabo, finally healthy. See what he can do. They'll generate some pass rush. They'll generate some pressures. Obviously, I mean, I don't ever like doubt the Ravens, especially defensively. They'll figure it out. Um, So defensively, compared to the Chiefs offensively, I think they're pretty like evenly matched. I do trust Andy more to figure something out. Andy and Patrick to figure something out as the game fills itself out. I think this game you might see more flashy plays. It's my own prediction in the second half from maybe the Chiefs as they figure out what the Ravens have got going. So it's going to be tight there. On the other side, flip it. Baltimore offensively against the Chiefs D. Uh, I think because this is the first game of the season, I think there's going to be a lot of evenly matched things. This Chiefs defense pretty good, but they like to under Spags. They kind of start slow and build up, even though they've had like the same guys and everything. The I think outside of Trent McDuffie, you can test these guys. Like I said in the preview, like they've been here, so it's not like these new guys that are don't know the defense or anything like that. So they could try to test these guys with Zay Flowers. But honestly, I don't know. Like I don't trust besides Derrick Henry running the ball. I don't trust the weapons around Lamar. Like Zay Flowers had a good year last year, and I expect him to be okay, but he's like the only person that, for me, looking at this roster, that would scare me a little bit, just a little bit, um, because coming off his rookie year, it was a really good rookie year, not diminishing that. But they don't have anybody else. Like I know they kind of extended Rashad Bateman. It wasn't a lot of money, but Rashad Bateman hasn't proved anything yet, and I was really high on the guy. He hasn't proved anything yet. Where I'm like, yeah, we gotta watch out for seven. I mean, we only got to watch out for four, and then Mark Andrews. Obviously, that's where they're gonna get their offense. But as far as like receiving wise, I don't know. Like I think Spagnuolo could do something where he can key in on Mark Andrews and then let the other guys eat him. And obviously, you can put Trent McDuffie and Zay Flowers, and then have the other guys figure it out against Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, and Deontay Hardy. I mean, I don't know. This is where I think, like, obviously, we know the talent like Lamar has. Um, we know the talent Derrick Henry has. Um, and I know the talent Zay Flowers has. He's going into the second year. Now we'll see. Like, all right, this is not to prove it, but I'm still a little shaky about that line. They did lose a lot of people. There's a lot of like turnover on the line. They've always been good about getting it together. But, you got Ronnie Staley and probably Patrick McCarry starting at the tackles. Still got Tyler Linderbaum, but at the guards is where they had a little bit of turnover. So we'll see how they adjust. They're usually pretty good. Yes, it is the first game of the season. You might see some struggles. I think you're going to see a lot. Like, honestly, is what I said a few minutes ago. I think this being the first game, it's going to look a little sloppy. Uh, look a little sloppy at the beginning, honestly. And yes, there might be a random play as I slip up because of the sloppiness where you get like this big long play. Maybe I'm not saying it is going to happen. I'm not predicting it, but you could see that because of the sloppy play on both ends. People trying to get you know acquainted, get back into the flow of game after and some of these guys not playing so much preseason and things like that. So I think it might look sloppy at first. It's gonna get interesting as the game goes on. If I was to make it's not a bold prediction. We've seen it last year. I could see the Ravens winning this, like eking one out with like a leg of Tucker, and the Chiefs will still be fine. It happened last year. They lost to the Lions. Obviously, the Lions aren't in the conference. This is a little different, but I think they could still, even if they lose to the Ravens, I think they have a pretty, you know, decent schedule. The Bengals are tough once again the week after, and then they go to Atlanta. They'll win that. Chargers, I think they'll win that. New Orleans will win that. So they might come out 4-2, like I said on the prediction, going into the bye in week 6. Well, 3-2, sorry. And then, yeah, like 10. Yeah. I think the Chiefs will be fine, barring injuries or anything like that, as long as they got Andy Mahomes on offense and then Spags will figure it out on defense. As long as they're healthy, they'll figure it out. Uh, so I don't think them losing this game, like I said, it could be a possibility that they lose it. We've seen them do it last year. I think they'll be fine if they lose this game. Um, I don't have an exact prediction, but like I said, I could see because of getting everything together and the fact that the Chiefs defense kind of starts out a little slow um, to start the seasons, at least the last few seasons. That's how it's been. I could see them, losing that game tonight to the Ravens. Ravens getting a win and then go from there. They've played each other tough. Uh, the last few games, let's see. Sorry. All right. So let's take a look at it. The last few times that they've played, last year at Baltimore, Chiefs won 17-10. In 21 at Baltimore, the Ravens won 36-35. Close game. 2020, the Chiefs won 34-20 in Baltimore. 2019, the Ravens, the Chiefs won 33-28 in Kansas City. 2018, the Chiefs won 27-24 in Kansas City. So it's been pretty tight. Um, Pretty tight games, honestly. So we'll see how that goes going into this matchup. Because last year's game was the AFC Championship game that they won 17-10, and it was in Baltimore. So yeah, it's going to be a tight game, obviously, because these teams already play each other pretty tight all the time, but also because it's the beginning of the season. Like I said, it might not look fun at first. Style of play, everybody's trying to get everything together, but it'll heat up towards the end of the game, and it'll end up being a close one. Like I said, I can see Baltimore winning very closely. Justin Tucker, kick. Don't book it, but I'm just saying. All right, guys. That is it. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with a preview for tomorrow's game because there is a Friday game. Packers, Eagles. We'll do that tomorrow morning and review what happened tonight. But as always, thank you for tuning in to the Competition Timeout. Peace.